What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 190 here on season number 2. And today we are getting into my top 3 long-term stocks on Robinhood. So these videos are meant for educational purposes only and not meant to be taken as financial advice. You are responsible for your assets and to properly protect them. So always, please, do your own research. Today, I wanted to go over my top 3 biggest returns as far as long-term stocks I own. So this is not including my swing trades, day trades, including any ETFs. I'm planning on saving all that for just like another video that I plan on making in the future. I do want to say this as well, though. A lot of my stocks this year did not do quite as well as far as long-term growth goes. And also, I think like the restructuring of my portfolio last year has kind of slowed down the progress, or I guess equalized some of my investments. But I figured let's go ahead and do an honorable mention, and then from there we'll go ahead and take a look at the top 3. So as far as the honorable mention goes, it's HPT, or Hospitality Properties Trust. This is an REIT. I happened to pick up this equity in late April for around $25, and now it actually trades for $28.95. This number is going to be a little bit off because it's a few days after the fact that I recorded this. Right now, I believe that it's a little bit lower, and I've also captured a total of $1.06 return in dividends. Now, let's go ahead and get into our top 3. So third is XXII, or 22nd Century Group. This company is basically trying to naturally rid tobacco of nicotine and also increase the levels of CBD in the cannabis plant. At one point, this holding was actually my largest return based upon percent, but since a high of around $4 in January, it has returned to $2.43. Now I believe that it's a little bit up above that. My current average cost per share is $1.86, and the last share I bought was June 15th this year. The first share I purchased was in February of 2017 for 91 cents. So I've held it for about a year and I would say 9 months or so. This stock makes up about 2.2% of my overall total account with a total return of 30.42%. I honestly wish that I could have purchased more at that 91 cent mark, but at the time I really didn't have much to invest into that company. And so pretty much I bought what my portfolio would allow me to buy at that point. Number 2 is a stock, FBP, also known as First Bancorp. This company is a bank located in Puerto Rico. They have had some solid growth since about January of 2016, which was when they were pretty much at a very, very low point. However, my recent purchase was on February 1st for $5.98, and my first purchase was on October 10th of 2017 for $4.84. Right now, my average cost per share is around $5.53. The current price is at $8.86 per share, and it almost has jumped up higher than $9. My hope with this stock into the future is that they do bring back the dividend that they used to pay. But as it sits right now, this stock makes up around 2.5% of my overall portfolio with a total return of 60.26%. My top long-term stock right now is IIPR, also known as Innovative Industrial Properties. This stock seeks to lease property to cannabis growers or farmers. This is by far my biggest return compared to all my other investments. It's at basically its all-time high. Actually, it hit more all-time highs. It broke $49, I believe, like 2 or 3 days ago. My first purchase of the stock was on February 10th, 2017, when I bought 2 shares at $18.05. My most recent purchase was on June 30th of 2017 for $16.74. Right now, as it sits, my average cost per share is $17.26. And the current price, as it sits about a few days ago, was at $42.74. This specific stock makes up around 12% of my overall portfolio and has had basically a 144 or 147% return overall. Actually, at a point when it was at $49, it was almost 200% return, and I was like losing my mind. I've also from this stock been able to capture an additional $5.15 in the form of a dividend. My one regret with holding this stock is around January, I had even more invested into this company, but I was going through kind of this restructuring of my portfolio, and I really wanted to kind of get everything in balance. And so I went ahead and sold a few shares of this company when it was at a very high place. Actually the all-time high before where it is at now. And so I did sell, I guess, at an appropriate time, but I wish that I would have kept on to those shares, capturing bigger dividends, capturing growth. However, I sold. And so for me, I guess it was kind of like, looking back, it's kind of like, to make sure that when I buy a stock, that I am absolutely focusing on the long term, and that I am instituting, like, I'm not going to sell this until it hits like my target price or until it hits a certain percent of my overall portfolio, and then I'll go ahead and take profit, my bad, instead of leaving it out there on the table. The way my account though is set up right now, it's rough that like 2 of my top 3 stocks are both a part of the cannabis industry. I need to start, I guess, doubling down on some other growth stocks that can help alleviate some of the swings of that industry, right? XXII and IIP are both cannabis exposed stocks. And yeah, I understand that that's probably why they've had the most growth this year, or the growth overall. But it would be nice to have a few, I guess, other stocks that are exposed to different industries, or maybe even less volatile industries, encapsulate maybe some higher growth than what they are right now. So I guess long term, that would be my approach, is to maybe alleviate investing into that industry and moving on into something else, of course, while still holding those at the percents that they need to be at, for sure. Anyways, we'll go ahead and leave right there. Let's just jump into the question of the day really quickly, which is, what's the worst injury you've ever gotten? Well, there was a point when I was playing lacrosse in high school. I believe I was a junior. We were playing against a better team, but a team that we could definitely compete with. And I don't think we were losing by all that much. I was playing lacrosse. I was running around basically behind the goal, so similar to hockey-ish. And this guy was playing defense on me. I was an attackman, and basically, it was pretty big. I would say about the size I am now, and we were kind of roughing up and getting into it and hitting each other a little bit. Anyways, he, instead of like hitting me on my hip or my arm where he usually would, he came in and like cross-checked me right across my head, and he broke his stick from what I remember. But after that, like pretty much, he hit me. I blacked out a little bit, but I kept on like continuing running. And then when I kind of came from it, like it was probably like 1 second that it was like my eyes closed, and I popped back up, and I was like, I remember like looking at my stick and being like, what am I doing here? Like, I don't really know. And so I ended up throwing the ball and I guess finishing out the game, or what. I don't really remember much. But I'm pretty sure at that point I had a concussion. I'm just going to throw that out there. Anyways, we'll go ahead and leave right there. Like I always say, if you got any questions regarding Stash, Acorns, Robinhood, M1 Finance, as well as general investing, business, Etsy, coaching, please post those questions down below. By the way, the next few videos will be in regards to my recap videos. So I believe the next one will be my Robinhood recap, then we'll go Stash recap, Acorns recap, Stash retire recap, followed by the last one being M1 Finance. And maybe I'll go ahead and fill in like a 6th video on just like my returns using Bumped in the last month. So plan on being on the lookout for those. I would really appreciate it if you swung by and left a comment or something like that. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe right up here. Check out these 2 videos right here and the link. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.